Hi there, guys. This is David again, and welcome all you back in this chapter number 3 of this farming simulator modding series. Sorry for the time that has passed between chapter 2 and chapter 3. Real life things are happening, so I've not been able to record before. In this chapter, we're going to try to do a live modification. I've done it many times, but I haven't prepared all the steps. Why I want to do that in this way? Because that's the way you're gonna be. In this chapter, we are gonna take a vehicle, and we are gonna do a very quick wheel swap. We're gonna set new tires in an existing vehicle. That's one of the first modifications that everybody that's starting into modding was has been trying to do. So in this chapter, we are gonna set, we're gonna go through not only the actions to swap the wheels, but the requirements to change them. Center of mass, we're going to explain some features, some stuff about the physics of a wheel, how to change it, how to orient it properly, and also how to use dynamically loaded wheels, such as the in-game vehicles are doing. So let's move on. First thing, we're gonna need Giants Editor. We have it there. If you follow the environment configuration on the previous chapter, you should be already set. And for an example, I'm gonna go and open or create a new mod from game. It is important that the game is installed, set up, and all the points that we reviewed in the previous chapter. So for this case, I'm gonna go and select the pickup 1978, which is the starting pickup of the game. It's a very basic mod, but it's a pickup. So that's not the most friendly environment to look for something. Thanks, Giants. Uh, there's not much we can do rather than going down and try to find the pickup 1978. If I'm not mistaken, should be around here. There it is. So it's gonna load data vehicles lizard pickup 1978 pickup 1978 i3D as a store item. Then we need to say where is our mod going to be stored. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one. I already have this one. I'm gonna override everything on it. It's gonna copy, and Giants Editor is gonna show us our truck. So as we can see, this truck already comes with tires. When we click anywhere, um, it's gonna system is or Giants Editor is gonna allow us to see what have we selected. In this case, we're selecting indoor camera, etc., etc. Common sense, we want to go to wheels. One of the things you would like to have activated is here, right click on the scenograph. That's the scenograph where you see your 3D model, and you're gonna be choosing show selected in order to see what are you selecting. So in this case, we have this wheel from left and some decals on the wheel. Okay, if we go closer, these decals are these bolts. We want to go in here in post FX editing, and I'm gonna disable the DOF. That it adds some clarity into the window because there is no distortion. So in this case, this mod is not dynamically loading a wheel. So this one has these wheels, but I kind of don't like them. So we might keep the rims, or we could entirely load another wheel. So let's go for it. First thing first, we need to know which kind of wheels do we want to put on it. That's a pickup, so I would say Nokian would be the best choice. So we're gonna open the Explorer, and you're gonna go to the place you have your farming simulator installed. In my case, it's in this sorry, in this case I have it in gaming, Steam library, Steam apps, common, farming simulator 19. That's the main folder. One of the best practices is not to touch anything in here, please. We are just gonna check for information, but we don't want to change information in here. So we're gonna go into data, and inside of data we're gonna go to the folder shared. This folder contains all the shared assets in the game. Inside this shared folder we have AI, assets, connections, light beams, light pattern, material holders, and wheels. Please bear in mind not to touch anything. We are just consulting information in here. Inside wheels, we have crawlers, horse, hubs, lizard, Michelin, Trelleborg, and Nokian. Nokian, there is only one model, which is the 32. And here we have all the information and all the wheels available from Nokian. Let me make it this slightly bigger. So here, that's a real naming convention. So we have 250/75 R16. So if we want to see how this wheel looks like in our truck, what we need to do is to load in our mod this specification. But how? Okay, let's go for it. We say here that's radius 16, R16. So we're going to go again into details view. And if we go down here, here we have the 3D models, the i3Ds for all the Nokian. We have 16, radius 16, 18, 20. That's a pickup. That's a tiny pickup. So I'm going to just drag this one into here. Okay. This action brought inside my i3D this 250/75 R16 and this 250/80 R16. Both, if we move around with right button and pointing your view, right mouse click, hold it, and then you just move your view while holding the right click mouse, and then you, with the wheel mouse, you zoom in or zoom out. So we can see here that this wheel, 250/75 R16 and 250/80 R16, one is bigger than the other. Okay, so that's a wheel radius plus the wheel size itself. So if we, for example, move into this view and we select the 80 R16 and we just drag it to the left, we can clearly see that there is one wheel bigger than the other. So we're gonna undo this because we don't want the wheels to be moved from its center. One of the most important things in Farming Simulator and in any 3D editor that you might work with, the coordinates. Okay, this wheel is perfectly centered. You see, if we select the wheel and we rotate it, okay, how I did that, okay. I'm just selecting 250/75 R16 and pointing or positioning my mouse on top of the red circle. It highlights in yellow, and then if I left click and drag, I'm going to rotate it. It's rotating. And you can see that it's a perfect circumference. Okay, it's a perfect circle. It's rotating without wobbling, without weird stuff happening. Okay, Control Z to disable the rotation. Now, how do we make this wheel that is rotating perfectly here to appear where the real wheel of on the track? Oh, shall we move it like that? And then try to align it, and that's not gonna work. We're never gonna make it like fit perfectly. Okay, so we're just gonna undo, 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 undo. Wheel is centered. Okay, so how? If you go here on the objects list and you choose wheel from left, you see that the center position of the wheel is changing. So how? This wheel is already positioned in the place we want it to be. That's important because we can go here in this wheel. I'm going to choose the 80 because I believe it's going to look nicer. So what I'm going to do is right click on it, left click on it, Control X to cut it. Now I'm going to click on the wheel from left and I'm going to paste it in here. See? If I unselect, I have my Nokian tire on top of the other tire. But it's not looking okay. Well, actually, it's not looking good. But that's not what we want. Now we have two meshes, two wheels showing. I have this one and this one. That's kind of I don't like it. We can keep it. I mean, as an example, it'll be valid because we just moved and changed and added a wheel into our into our pickup. But it's not what I like. So we see here that we are just dragging. I'm gonna delete this 75, delete it, okay? And we can see here that this position is the position we want. We have these decals, we have this stuff, but we don't want the rest of the wheel. It'll work. I mean, if I load this into the game as is, it will show me in front this wheel and it's gonna work. It's gonna rotate, it's gonna turn, it's gonna work. No problems. But it's not clean because it is two wheels, one on top of the other. And that's not what we really want. So how do we make this tire to be itself, to be unique? I don't want the rest of the stuff. So I'm gonna center or middle mouse click and hold, and I'm gonna drag it without releasing the mouse. You see the blue lines appearing on top of the things, right? So I'm gonna drag it just on top of wheel from left. This thing might happen, don't worry. We just drag it again on top of wheel from left and now it's gonna be in the end. Don't worry, we made it. Now we have his own group and in the position that we wanted. What do we have inside? Oh, we have just the shape. Okay, that'll do it. Now we can see here that we have this wheel from left reference and we want to keep that. That's an existing object inside the mod and we don't want to mess with that. So we're gonna drag this again and with the middle mouse and release it there. So we have here the wheel front reference. Very important. We are keeping reference but not indexes. We will see what an index is afterwards. Basically, an index in i3D or in Giants Engine is the position of an object inside of an i3D. For example, if I click in wheel from left, that object by himself, that's his index path. Right here on my screen, it's 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, if I go down to one level, that is gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0. And if we drag this back where it was in here, that's going to be the same but ended in 1. It's an incremental number in a tree view that positions the things inside the mod to reference them. Okay, we're going to just drag this thing in here. Okay, so now we have this 2050 blah 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 and the same position as our wheel. And if we rotate, we can just click in here and see edit, oh no, view, I don't remember, just control H. I'm a shortcut guy, so you click in here and see, click control H and it's going to be hidden. So here you see that you have your tire but there is no rim. Don't worry, we're going to figure it out. We're going step by step, and these are the steps you will end up. You have no rim, so now what? I want my rim back. Don't worry, we're gonna get it. So now one of the things that we could do, instead of duplicating wheels around a place, would be to just duplicate this one. We can duplicate, control D, and we have 2 now. Okay, you see? There's 2 objects in here, and we can drag it. Sorry. We can drag this red arrow, and you see the other one still there. Okay, Control Z. And we want this wheel to be in the other side of the truck. We want it here. That's going to be our left front wheel. But it's not our left front wheel just yet. So how do we do it? Okay, just middle mouse, or you can just Control X, cut it, go into wheel back left, select it, and Control V, paste. And you see, oh, damn, that this wheel is not where it should be. What's going on? Don't worry. You see, this is the position of the wheel. So we need to go into Translate X, Y, and Z and 0 it. 0, 0, 0. Well, my bad. That was the wheel back left. Sorry. So, but we have 0. Don't worry. So we cut it, and we go to wheel front right, and we paste it. So now we have our Nokian wheel, our Nokian tire, in his position. But we don't want it to be inside the old wheel. We want it to be his own group. So we just middle mouse in here and drag it out of the group. So we have front, left, front, right. We go into front, right, and we can just hide it. Okay, well, that ain't looking bad. We're just missing the rim. Don't worry. We're gonna do a quick rim swap too. So one of the things that you must remember is that when you are swapping things, you must keep the index that it was using. Okay, so since we have duplicated the object, this wheel front left reference has been duplicated too, but that might be wrong. So we need to go to wheel front right and see that there is nothing in our wheel front right. So we go in here and we just delete this one, okay, with the delete key. Careful with the keys and just take your time. So now we have one wheel and the other wheel. But if we pay attention to how the mod was structured, we have front left, front right, back right. Now we have front left and front right. That's not correct because we are not following the same order. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just duplicate this one, Control D. I'm gonna cut it, Control X. I'm gonna go into wheel back left and I'm gonna Control V, paste. Since we have it, it's gonna show up here just lost in the middle of somewhere. We know that we don't want it there, so we're gonna go into X and say 0, 0, 0. Now we have it zeroed, and his reference is his top element, so this one. Now we can drag this middle mouse button without releasing it and drag it into his parent wheels. Okay, so we have front left, oh, front right. That should be front left, back left, right? And this is the back left. Okay, so we're gonna right mouse click on it and just move up. That's confusing because everything has the same name, so let's give it some common sense. We select this wheel from left, we go into his name, we just Control C, copy. Now we select our new wheel from left and we go here and we paste it. Select another element and the name is updated. Same thing with wheel back left. We select it, Control C, copy. We select our same reference, Control B, Control V, and select the ID or something to let the engine save it. Now we go wheel front right, we copy, Control C, and we go to this one that is our wheel front right, and we are going to paste the name and select the ID to save it. We're missing something. We just did 3 wheels, but there is wheel back right, it should be there too. Let's do it. We said that we can do Control D to duplicate. It duplicates everything, the name and everything. Now we can select our new element. We Control X, cut it. We go into our wheel back right in the mod and we Control V, paste it. It's pasted in the end and completely messed up. Now we zero it, 0, 0, 0. We have it here. Now we middle mouse button, drag it into his parent wheels, and it's gonna appear just back here. What was his name? Wheel back right. Okay, we go into wheel back right, Control C, copy, wheel front right, it should be back, select everything, Control V, paste, select the ID, and thus his parent. Okay, now we need to pay attention. We created our duplicated wheels in his right position and all of them are going to work and are going to spin as they should. Okay, so what are we missing? Well, obviously the rims. Don't worry about the rims. We'll get it there later. I want to show you something important. And we need to check. Okay, wheel front left, decals. Wheel back left, decals. Wheel front right, decals. Wheel back right, decals. And in our wheel front left, we have shape and the reference. If this is in the same position as it was, that is, it was just behind, just here, it was just in this position, the index would be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now we need to drag it into our new wheel. And we need to verify that his index is going to be the same. 0, 0, 0, 4, 1. It's the 4. But we don't want that to be the 4. We just want it to be in the position that it was. What we are going to do, we're going to select wheel back left, the original one, Control H to hide it. We're going to select the other one, Control H to hide it. Now we're going to select with Shift and left click all the wheels, the old wheels, and we are going to Control X them. We are going to select wheels back again, and we are going to Control V paste. So this is the same structure that we had, where we have 0001 as the reference that we were having here. We don't know what this thing is doing. We don't need to know it. We just want our wheel swapped and everything working as it was working before. So everything should be in the position that it was located before. So we have now wheel front left, wheel back left, wheel front right, and wheel back right. That ain't looking bad, but that ain't looking good either, because that's missing the rim and this stuff. Don't worry, we'll get there. So far, we've added some nice Nokian wheels into the mod visually, and we're just gonna save our mod. Okay. Now, if you remember where you save your mod, good. If you don't, as soon as you save it, down here, the log or the console is going to show you where you save it. The mod as is not going to work in game. Never. It's things left to do. We'll get there. So it's in H, users, documents, myFS19 mods, pcap 1978, pcap 1978 i3D. Okay, so we just go to this place, which is your documents. You go to myFS19 mods, and if you order by modify date or by number, or you know what you're doing, you have your pcap 1978 just right here. So this is the mod you're doing. Let me clear this up because you don't have it. Okay, one of the things we must do now, we change a wheel, or we added a Nokian tire that it's bigger. Okay, and one of the things that you've seen in many pictures, and I've seen a lot of comments, is that your wheels are going below the ground. But physically, you see them good here. So what's going on? As I said in the previous videos, the visual stuff needs to go with how the game reads your visuals. Okay, so this is the pickup 1978 XML file that you have inside your mod folder. Let me make this bigger. Okay, so all your mods and all the mods at least must have this mod desk and this XML that describes the behavior of this truck. Where is the wheel? Where is the driving? Where's the steering wheel? Where are the wipes? How do they move? Is there a tailgate? Etc. 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 So now we change the wheels, but these wheels are going to be smaller. I'm going to show you in game what's going on for you to understand what we changed and how it works. Then this first file needs a lot of work. As is, the game is not going to accept it. So if you're doing this exercise as a practice, not as something that you want to release or whatever, I recommend you to go to the place we were. You remember where we were taking the Nokian tires, okay? Which is in the data folder, FS19, your game installation, data. Then you go into shared, and inside of shared, you have sorry, not shared. We are going to take this vehicle information. We go into vehicles, and we know that this is a Lizard pickup. So that's all the brands in the game. You go into Lizard, and you have here the pickup 1978. You see that here there is a lot of stuff. You don't need everything. You just need this pickup 1970. Sorry, where's the mod desk? It should be here. Okay, wrong. Sorry, guys. So what we're gonna do is to actually I was trying to just take the mod desk from the game and have some work done, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen if we try to load this pickup 1978 into the game. Apologies for the mistake. So in order to see what's going on, we need to close the i3D. Okay, and say yes, I want to save it, and we have it here. So we're gonna copy this 1978 pickup, copy, and you're gonna paste it in your mods folder. Usually, is in Documents, My Games, Farming Simulator 19, and Mods. Usually, in my case, it's not here because I'm using a special drive to test and check all the mods. So I'm gonna go to my drive, to my mod folder, and I'm gonna paste the pickup 1978 just right here. Okay, so then I believe, okay, let me do something very quick. You don't need to do what I'm gonna do next because you should be all set. Sorry, that's the thing that um, doing it like a streaming. Yes, so I have my that I know that that's the name of my mod folder, FS19 Medicine. I play Medicine Creek, and then I'm gonna load Farming Simulator 19. Farming Simulator 19 is gonna tell me what's wrong with my mods, or at least with the mods that I'm loading. For you guys to see it properly, I'm gonna go to Options, Visuals, and I'm gonna go into Window Mode to allow more visibility and more speed on the game loading. So yes, I want to keep these settings. So I'm gonna go to Mods. I'm gonna go here to the hard drive with the check where the install mods are, and I see that hold on, I'm gonna just turn down the music. It just bothers me. Where is just turn down all the sounds. Well, okay. So I see that my mod is not here, and that bothers me. Why my mod is here? I just paste it there and it's not here. So next to the number 1, you have a key that you can press, and it's gonna show you all the errors. Okay, let me close the game. Okay, and this log file that I was checking needs to be activated. How? Again, we go to our documents, we go to my games, we go to Farming Simulator 2019, and we open first game. And here is how the game is loaded: resolution, full screen, etc, etc, etc. So we need to go here, down here into logging, and make sure that you have it just like I have it. Okay, so it must be like that. And then into development, you need to set this to true. You might have it to false. Okay, then you save it and you load again your game. When you load your game again, let's do it. These are my shaders. Not gonna cover this right now. Click, click, click. So we see here, error. We press the key just next to the 1, and it says missing title in mod pickup 1978. Okay, so is there another place that we can check the log? Yes, there is. Quit the game, and again we go to My Games, Farming Simulator 19, and there is a log file in here. This log.txt is just what we've set up. We open it, and it shows how the game is loading and how it's doing it so far. My computer, blah blah blah, render, and then it starts loading the mods. It loads the Anderson pack, Class pack, Homer, the Retriever, Curseplay, My Chevy, Easy Development Controls, Global Company, blah 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 blah. And when it goes to load the pickup 1978, it says missing title in mod. Okay, that's something you don't need to know, but it's something that the game is expecting. So we go back to our to the place you've pasted your pickup 1978. Remember that you copy and paste it into your mods folder. So you open your pickup 1978, and then you need to find this mod desk, and it says the error. Let me put it into another window. The error says missing title in mod pickup 1978. We go into mod desk, and it says author, me, version, icon, store item, and mod desk. And yes, it's true, there is no title for our mod. Okay, just create it. We are gonna create it. We're gonna copy, for example, this line. Select all the line till the end, not everything. Control C, you copy. Then you press enter and you paste in here. This is the same information. Then you double click into version and you write title. Okay. And in the end, you type title again. Okay, fair enough. Now, we save it. We put it apart. Over again, I can load the game in here. And I'm gonna load Farming Simulator again. So while this is loading on my back, click, click. Okay, everything is loaded. We press the key just next to the 1, and it says, oh, now I want the description. Missing description in mod pickup 1978. Okay, sorry Giants, let me fix it. If we click here and you're using you're following my recommendation using Notepad++, as soon as you click here, Notepad just detected that the log changed and is asking if you want to reload it. If you click yes, you're gonna see that now pickup 1978 is missing description. Oh, okay, Giants, I'm sorry. So the title, we're gonna say pickup 1978 Nokian. Okay. Now we select this line. We create a new line in here, but we're gonna name it, double click on title, and we say description. And here, description. Okay, and the text, we're gonna say adding Nokian tires to in-game pickup. To in-game pickup 1978. Okay, fair enough. Now we save it, and we again load the game. Okay, loading the game. It's gonna load. Let's see. Again, we press the key next to the 1, and we see here, pickup 1978 loaded. No errors. Oh, that's nice. Now go to mods. To the hard drive with the check, And we should be able to see here, and it's not, our pickup 1978. Why is not here? Should be. Hmm. Let me check something very fast. This mod desk is saying 43, and we know that we are in 47. Let's try this. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just doing this straight away. No preparation, no savings, nothing. So, we have everything the Giants require, and it's still not working. Why? Come on, Giants, help me here. Okay, load again. Remember, we just changed desk version to 47. Still not here. That's weird, because there is no errors. Let's try to create a new game from scratch. Ravenboard. Continue. Oh, there it is. It's weird. It doesn't show up as an install mod, but it shows here. Well, fair enough. I'm gonna just deselect everything and just select the Nokian 78 and start the game. Let's see how it looks. It's taking a bit. And should be going. Come on. Okay, we press start. And there we are. Starting farm, nothing else. We go to the shop, cars. We have the default one and our one. No picture, we didn't create it yet. Oh, there it is. Our pickup with our Nokians and showing up in-game. But will it work? Well, let's lease it. Escape, escape, escape. Now we'll move to the truck. When start it, they turn. Brake. Let's see if there is any error. No errors logged for the game. I see something weird. The wheel hub ain't moving. So let's go to the shop again. Let's go to our garage, to our list items, and we're gonna return this lizard pickup. And I'm gonna buy the in-game one. And I'd say that the in-game one is not gonna turn either. Well, it's turning, but this piece that we have just next to the wheel is not moving. So it was not our mistake. It's just the piece doesn't move. Okay, fair enough. So now, the rims. I want some nice rims on my lizard, on my change. But these rims are using tire and I don't want a tire on my rims. Who wants to know some blender? Very fast, very quick, very easy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna quit the game. I'm not gonna quit the game because we don't need to. Since our mod is not in a zip folder, we don't need to quit the game. So I'm gonna go to unf and I'm gonna just return this one and just pause the game and minimize it. Okay, so we can close all this stuff. We don't need it right now, and we go back to our pickup. We go to the i3D that we should have open. If not, remember it's you paste it in your mods folder inside. You copy the folder from your documents and paste it here. So now I'm opening this pickup 1978 i3D. I'm going to open it. Okay, that's the i3D, and that's the pickup without the wheels, without the rims, sorry. I want the rims, I want them. Okay, so one of the things that we need to do is to pay attention in how the other wheels were made. In this material folder, in this material section, we have the material pickup 1978 wheels \MA, where the gloss map is, where the normal map is, and all the shader settings. Well, we don't need all this, but I want the rim. So I'm gonna select this wheel back right, and I'm gonna go to File, and I'm gonna export selection. Okay, where? Well, ideally in the same place you're working, but you feel free to export it anywhere else. The important thing is the format. You need to export it as wavefront obj, and you are gonna call it rim, for example, or wheel, because it has rim and wheel, so wheel. Okay, wheel. We save it, and it says down here obj saved. Okay, perfect. Now Blender, guys, Blender. We're gonna go into Blender. We're gonna open it. Hopefully you have my startup file loaded, and it's gonna look like this. Okay, so we need to load whatever we exported from Giants. So we go to File, and we go to Import, and remember, you export it as wavefront obj. Okay, you select wavefront obj. So now, one of the things that you need to do is to find out where you exported it. If you remember properly, you export it in your mods folder. In my case, it's in gaming. It's in my G drive, medicine, pickup 1978, and I name it will obj. So that's my will. We might have a problem because do you remember when I said that the rim, that the things that rotate and must be centered? Well, in Giants, we have the three arrows pointing or showing the coordinates. So we have them here in Blender. As we exported the wheel, if we click on rotate, sorry, you press, hold on, here in Blender, I'm gonna show, okay. If you press R to rotate and then X, and that's what the wheel is gonna do in the game. How many times have you seen it, guys? Have you seen this? Wheels wobbling instead of rotating. Yeah, that's painful. There is a couple of approaches that you can follow to fix that. In this case, it's not totally mandatory to fix it because we just want to remove the tire and keep the rim. Since we want to remove the tire and just keep the rim, that's what we are gonna do. So far, we're not gonna worry about the center of this tire. We will worry about that in the game, in Giants Editor, and we're gonna use a couple of tricks to fix it. So, we need to remove the tire from this rim. Okay, so now what we need to do, we're gonna press select the tire. Okay, and we are going to press tab. Tab key allow us to show all the vertices. That's called the edit mode. Okay, apologies if you heard some kids crying. My kids are in home, as probably all yours. So we have selected everything. Now we press A to deselect. But when we are moving, it's not comfortable, right? Because I want to move and I want to see the wheel, not and the wheel. My view is not centered on the wheel. So we're gonna click A to select everything again, and then you're gonna go to the numpad, and just below the 3 you have the dot. You press the dot, or the period, the numpad period. Now you see that whenever we zoom in, zoom out, or rotate, our view is centered in our object. Okay. Now, next step, you press A again to deselect everything, and we want to remove all that it's the tire, but we want to keep untouched the rim. So you're gonna go and press 3 in the numpad, sorry, control 3, and you see now the wheel from this side. You press again control 3, and this is our entire object. What you want to do is to go down here where it says the views and select this just next to global. There is this box, this cube with a dot on the with a yellow dot on the corner. Just click on it, and you see barely no changes, but it changes the way you select things in Blender. Now we changes to vertex mode. Okay, so now you're gonna go into the multiple selection tool in Blender, which is accessed by pressing C. And is this small circle. What you need to do now is just zoom in or zoom out to make it bigger. And we're gonna start selecting the external vertices while keeping pressed the left button, the left mouse button. Okay, and we could say that that's the tire, right? Oh, it rotates pretty well. Okay, so now we press again control 3, and that's our tire. I like it. So now we're gonna press X. It shows up this menu. If you leave the menu with the mouse, the menu is still there, but it could disappear. So again, X, and it shows that's the deletion menu. So you're gonna delete vertices. So there it is, our rim. We touch nothing else, please. There is a lot of concepts behind UV maps, etc. Don't want to mess with that right now. You press tab, and that's your tire. That's your rim without the tire. Nice. Looking good, right? Now we need to put it back into Giants format. So we have here on top right, if you remember the last video, the Giant exporter access. So we click here on the Giants i3D and we click on i3D exporter. It seems that nothing happens, but in this center menu, you scroll down and you see here the Giants i3D exporter. Then you choose export, and you want to uncheck use Blender file name because you're going to use your own file name. Then you're going to click here on this folder, and you're going to go, if your Blender is working properly, here there is the recent folders. So you're going to select pickup 1978. What is the place you just exported or pick up the wheel, and you are gonna click on here, and I'm gonna say just rim. Oh, so okay, we accept in here, sorry, that's our folder, and we go here into the end. You just move to the end, okay, and you select, you type just rim.i3d, just rim.i3d. You click enter, and then you click on export selected. Seems that nothing happens, but it does. It does it. Okay, now we can go back. We can minimize Blender or just leave it here. We can open back our giants. Okay, and we need to import what we just exported from Blender. We can do it by file, import, then you go into just Ream and import it. Okay, so that's the wheelback right. Where is it? In Giants Editor. The same operation as going or focus into the object selected exists, and it's under the F key. You press F, and Giants Editor moves you into your object. What we said, that's the wheel back, and if we click in here and rotate, oh, that's not good at all, right? Not what we wanted. Don't worry, it's gonna be fixed just straight away. We are gonna use the middle mouse button, select our new imported rim, and drag it. We hold it to the right, up, 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 and we just release it into our node wheelback right. Oh, nice. That's our rim. It's looking ugly, but it's our rim so far. Okay. Now, this rim, it's not centered. If we rotate it, it's gonna wobble. But now we have it in the position and inside the group that we want it. We want to freeze it to this group or reset it to this group. How do we do that? Okay, we just click right mouse click on our object and we go into freeze transformations. Click in here, shows this menu, and we are going to deselect translate, preserve instances, and just select translate. We're going to apply it. Oh, and there you are. It's perfectly centered, rotates, no wobbling. Perfect. That's something very nice. We have our rim. Now I would like to adjust it because our Nokian tire is bigger, right? So I want my rim to fit my Nokian tire. So I'm gonna drag this square just a bit till it goes there. So into my end is scale on Z here in this in the left in the right panel is 0.0965. I'm gonna copy this value and I'm gonna paste this value on Y. Still not happy. You see the new tire here. Don't like it. Just make it a little bit smaller. So it's 955. Copy paste 955. There you are. That's the rim fitting your new tire. If you're a little bit picky as I am, you might say that still a bit. Okay, just make it slightly smaller. 952. 952. There you go. Now here there is nothing showing up. It's looking good. You move around. I just now the x-axis that looks bad. That my tire is it's not good. That doesn't look okay. Okay, let's fix that. There is several ways to fix that. Okay. In my case, you can play now with dragging and dropping the different squares, the different positions of the things. I mean, it's a time to play. Okay, so enjoy it. To me, it looks good like this. Okay, now go into the inner rim. Alright, that looks ugly. Don't like it. I'm gonna adjust it to fit. But hey, what's gonna happen with the outer rim? Oh, messed up. So I'm gonna drag it out again a bit. Hmm, there. There, the outer part is fixed, and now the inner part is gone. What's wrong? Oh, come on, Giants, help me a bit. What is the problem? Okay, guys, if you've been paying attention, my shape, if I select the tire, is bigger than the rim. So actually, I should go like this, 0908, because the radius of my rim should be smaller. Now if I go inside, you see, my rim fits my tire. Inside, oh, I can see, you see here, there is a spot in here that you can see through. Hey, I'm picky, I'm sorry. I don't like this stuff, so there you are. Now it doesn't show up, and in the inner part also looking okay. So we have our rim set up for our new truck. Perfect. But it looks ugly. No textures, you'd say. Material. Oh, material. That's set to default. That's not the rim. How do we change that? Okay. Our original wheelback ride has this material. Pickup 1978 wheels backslash MA. But in Giant's editor, we cannot add materials or change them. But we can edit it. How? You need to go here into File. File. Go to Preferences and make sure that your external tools, your text editor path, is pointing to your Node++. Okay, you just ensure that this is done. Now I'm gonna go to the third button here, what it says, if you stay, open i3D in text editor. Open it. You want to save changes to it? Yes, I do. And that's the i3D, but in a text mode. Okay, don't worry, it could be confusing, but it's very easy. We are gonna swap materials. So we have here, if we check on our mod, our rim has the material default, and we wanted to have the material Pickup 1978 wheels Ma. Okay, now we go back to the i3D. That's the material Pickup 1978 wheels mat, and here is our default. What we need to do is pay attention to the material ID. The material that we want has the ID 5, and the material that we are using has the material 176. So we just remember that, or copy material 5, double click on 1976 and on 176 and press Ctrl F to find it. It shows up right there, and we just find next. Oh, there it is. Material ID 176, but we want it to be 5. So we're gonna double select this and press 5. So we have it. And at the same time, we're gonna check something else. This text cast shadows and receive shadows is making the engine to work with shadows. So we're gonna make sure that our new rim has these values. So we're gonna copy this, select those and copy, add a space in here, Control V, paste it in here. Just make sure it looks exactly like that. Do not remove anything else or add anything else. Must look exactly like that. Giving you time, you can pause it, you can make sure it looks like that. Hold on, I'm gonna just show it. Material 5, cast shadows, receive shadows. We save the i3D and important, close it. Then we go back to Giants and we click this fourth button, reload i3D file. It's asking you, you want to reload it? Yes. There it is, our rim with dirt on it and nicely done. We select it, we go to wheels, wheel back right. That's our rim with mud on it. It has the right material, we just swap it, and we're gonna go into the shaders, custom shaders, explode it, and the RDT values, we're gonna reset them to 0. Nothing happens in game, just to check that it's looking okay. And yes, indeed, it's looking okay. But we only have one rim. And I'd like to have the 4 of them, right? So this is called in the game, in our mod, wheel back right, and I'd say it's wrong because it is a wheel back right, but it should be rim back right. Okay, that's the rim back right. Now we're gonna duplicate it. We select the new one. Important that you deselect this one and select the new one. Now you press Ctrl X, and now you paste it in wheel front right. Ctrl V, and there it is, your new rim. But these are the rims on the right side of the truck. Let's go. Well, I'd like you to select this rim back right and remove back and type it properly. Rim front right, enter, or click on the ID. Now, I'm gonna I'm gonna duplicate this front right, Control D. I'm gonna select it and cut it, Control X, and I'm gonna go to the front left and paste it. Where is it? Remember, press F. F, it zoom in a bit, it could be confusing, but oh, that ain't looking okay, that's looking the other way. And I want it to look to my way. Oh, I don't like it. So, easy solution. You just go into rotate Z, Z, and press 180. If you press 180, it's going to be rotated properly, but it's not going to look okay because it's slightly moved inside. You see here through the wheel, it's not okay. Okay, we need to adjust it because we are in the other side of the truck. So we just, first thing first, right click on our new object, we freeze transformations, and we freeze just the rotation. We apply it, and if you pay attention, you see that now the red arrow is pointing this direction. Okay, so now we can just drag the red arrow here. Okay, we deselect the rim and we check in the inside. It looks okay in the inside, it looks okay on the outside. Okay, now important, select it back again, freeze transformations, and freeze the translation because now it's centered with the tire. That's the rim front right. No, it is not. That's the rim front left. There it goes. And we're just only one missing. We can select now the rim from left, Control D, deselect, select the new one, Control X, sorry, I just click Control D again, Control X. Now we go to wheel back left, Control V, and there it is, our rim. Now you might say, the bolts are missing. I pay attention to details. And we have them here. So that's the wheel front left. So we're gonna go, hold on, let me order this as it should, down. Okay, that's the wheel front left. And these are the decals. And I'm gonna cut these decals and paste it inside our rim. And they look bad. They look just out of everything. Why? Okay, just remember, reset, translate Z, translate 0, 0, 0. Okay, there they are. But we don't see them. So we drag the red arrow. Oh, they are not centered. That's an error. That's a mistake, giants. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And what we're gonna do is use the middle mouse button instead. Okay, so we're gonna just middle mouse button and drag it inside our rim. There they are. Okay, now it keeps this position, but they don't look okay because they are kind of not in the rim and blah blah blah. Okay, don't worry. Now remember, right mouse button, freeze transformations, and we freeze the translation. Now we have them here. We can drag the red arrow in until they look in their position. They could be slightly more. There they are. Perfect. I like them there. Okay. Like them, we have our decals. Now we can duplicate them, and we are on the left side. We cut them, Control X. We go to our left rim and we paste them. And we go to the and there they are, the slightly small bolts on our rim. We have them on the left side. Now we duplicate them. These ones, for example, we Control X cut them. We go to our front rim. We paste them in here. We press F. Oh, our rim is just twisted. Why? Because it's a duplicated rim. Since I've duplicated it, if I rotate here 180 and I apply, since it's the same object, it's gonna rotate. It's gonna apply the rotation to his duplicates. So be careful, guys. Now I need to go to wheel back right and apply here 180. And that should be minus 009 or 0 even. 0, 0, 0, 0 the translate. And this one also 0. Okay, so now we're missing the bolts. We're gonna get the bolts. We just paste it in there, in here. We have them. I'm gonna duplicate them. Cut. And our rim back right. Paste. We press F, zoom out, and there they are. Okay, so that's our in-game truck with new Nokian tires. I'd say we can save it. And remember, I haven't closed the game. So I go back in game, I remove the pause, then I go to the shop, go to the cars, to the last one, that it's our one, and there they are. Nice Nokian tires with rims, with bolts. We've been in Blender, we tweaked a bit in Blender, we exported, imported, we have our track back in Giants with our tires. Wanna lace it, okay, wanna escape, and that's gonna try if it works. Oh, let me start it. You see that it's floating, right? We'll figure it out how to fix the floating, because it's floating on both sides. You see here, just on the front tire, it's floating. I don't know you, I hate that. So let's go to the garage, lease items, return this pickup, because I don't like a floating tire. So how do we fix that? I've said in many videos and in this time that we have the mod desk and we have our pickup 1978 XML, that it's how our truck behaves in game. Okay, so now we've also picked up the tire from Nokian, and remember we picked up the 80 250 80 R16. Okay, so we go back to our Explorer and you go back to your data folder, to your shared wheels Nokian 32, and here we have 250 R16. In this XML, we need to pay attention to the physics. We have physics, radius, width, mass, tire, friction scale, max long shift nets, etc., etc., etc. We need to copy this physics line. We need to copy entirely the physics line, control, select everything and control C. And we need to go to our pcap XML that you've just opened. And you just need to pay attention to here. You have the radius, the width, the rotation speed. Okay, so the radius that we have is for the 80s 0 407 407 407. I know that this is not going to work. Careful. I know it's not going to work because there is scales playing around. But just for you to go through everything. Now I set the radius to 407, which is bigger, and I'm going to save it. Just straight away, radius. Now I go in game, cars, my pickup, and still floating. Release it, yes. And it's even worst. It's floating and it's worst because we went higher on radius and we should went lower. So garage, yes, okay. So 407, control Z, 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 Z. The previous radius on this tire was 393. What happened if we go down? We're gonna go, I don't know, let's try 37, 37s. 37 on all of them. Save it. Go back in game. Hey, it looks better, right? Looks like it's touching the ground now. Oh, let's try it in game. Is it touching the ground? No. Still a bit left to adjust. I like this spot because I can zoom out and truly see if it's touching or not. Okay, slightly needs to be slightly adjust. Yes, return it. So let's go to 36. 36. Save it. Select it. Now it's touching the ground. Please, yes, okay. Go in. And our wheels are touching the ground. Now we start the engine. And check on the shadows. Our wheels are in the ground. Okay guys, and that'll be all. You have your tire swapped, working, scripted, nice looking. Next video I'm gonna take one of my mods and do a real tire swap with dynamic loads on it. I hope you enjoy it, and please leave your comments below. Take care, guys. Bye.